And then it shall be free.
What's up, everybody? It's Eon here with Day 10 of the Metal Gear Solid 5 Countdown Retrospective. Holy crap, 2/3 of the way there, folks. Just 10 measly days. For today's retrospective, let's look back to the days leading up to E3 2013. Before the expo began, on June 6th, 2013, Konami released to the public a pre-E3 presentation video featuring a segment in which we would finally get confirmation from Hideo Kojima that Kiefer Sutherland would be the new voice of Snake. Check it out.
This time, with Metal Gear Solid 5, the themes are a little different from previous games in the series. We're taking on some very heavy subjects, such as race and revenge. This makes the tone much darker. As a result, I wanted Snake to have a more subdued performance, expressed through subtle facial movements and tone of voice rather than words. Furthermore, the game takes place in 1984, when Snake is 49 years old. Therefore, we needed someone who could genuinely convey both the facial and vocal qualities of a man in his late 40s. It's different from anything we've done before, so I asked a producer friend of mine in Hollywood, Avi Arad, for advice. He's the one who introduced me to Mr. Kiefer Sutherland, and I was like, why didn't I think of that?
So we were at dinner in Japan celebrating the 25th anniversary of Metal Gear Solid. And we started talking about actors, and I said to him, why don't you go for Kiefer Sutherland? Whenever I think of Snake, I think of a certain voice delivery. And Kiefer has this fantastic, rich voice that maintains a level of mystery to it.
It's an honor to be able to play this character. This character has an unbelievable legacy, but there's a real personal quality to the character that I've connected to.
I felt that he was the perfect fit in terms of age and performance. So, we made him an offer.
I'm not a gamer, and I even knew about this game. I was certainly keenly aware of the legacy of these games, the unbelievable success of these games.
Kiefer immediately understood what I was looking for. I was very moved by his commitment to the project.
Well, I've never done the facial capture before, where they stick all the metal dots on your face. Everything from a smile that's like that, or one of them is a monkey face, which is the most embarrassing to do, which is like that. And it's so that they can catch every line that changes in your face. The face of the character in the video game is doing exactly what I'm doing while I'm reading the script. That's impressive.
In previous Metal Gears, Snake's emotions were expressed through phrases like, Kaz, are you okay? But this time, all he says is, Kaz? I wanted everything else to be expressed to the player through Snake's facial expression and vocal performance. Thanks to the top-notch acting, it's been a great success. I think it will turn out to be something truly special.
A friend of mine used to be Snake, but Kiefer is a class by himself.
Trying to isolate what does Snake want for the future, and how does the past weigh on him? There is a character's hope for a future, and that rounds out what I term as the human experience. It's what I've always loved about movies. It's not something I've experienced as a character in a video game before.
As technology improves and game hardware continues evolving to adapt to these changes, we developed a new game engine called the Fox Engine. It's one step closer to creating photorealistic experiences within the context of a game. Meeting that challenge required that we shift from creating characters by hand to capturing real-life actors in 3D. By using their physical likeness along with their voice, facial expressions, and movements, we can create believable, photorealistic characters whose performances are closer to what you'd expect from live-action movies as opposed to traditional video games. That's one of the first goals I set for this game.
This role differs from any other video game that I've done. And then also the technology has changed so vastly from the other games I've done. And the other games are not that old. Technically starting to cross a line with what they're capable of doing and what these guys have done. It's exciting to be a part of it.
We want to try to see just how far we could go in creating a truly believable, living, breathing incarnation of Snake.
To the people that made the game, thank you for having me. This has been an unbelievable experience, and I hope the gamers enjoy the game as much as I have enjoyed making it.
Kojima-san was able to capture a biblical proportion story.
The system has been changed to embrace an open-world game design. It's different from previous stealth games and results in a more tension-packed experience. This new style of gameplay, along with the new creative process and realistic characters, will add more depth than ever before to the storytelling and atmosphere. Please look forward to the final product.
There were many people out there who thought they heard Kiefer Sutherland back when Kojima presented a snippet of the hospital scene during his GDC 2013 presentation, myself included, and on this fateful day we finally got official confirmation. I remember feeling a sense of both excitement and melancholy. The fact of the matter is that I am a huge fan of both Kiefer and David. Part of me was excited to see what one of my favorite actors of all time could bring out of Snake, but on the other hand, it was weird to think that there would be a Metal Gear game without David's iconic voice. Over the years, I've gotten more and more used to Kiefer's subtler performance, and I think he's done a fantastic job so far, but I'd be lying if I said that there aren't times when I don't miss the voice I grew up hearing. It's probably a nostalgia thing, but still. Regardless, I am super excited for Phantom Pain and can't wait to see this new side of Snake. Following the pre-E3 presentation, game trailers provided an exclusive interview with Hideo Kojima in which he would explain the recasting in more detail and talk about what it's been like working with Kiefer. Check it out.
All right, I'm now here with, of course, the one and only Mr. Hideo Kojima, and big announcement today that Kiefer Sutherland is now the voice of Snake. And I think fans had always thought this might be a possibility even after the VGAs. People thought they heard his voice, and then certainly at GDC it was more evident. Why did you want Kiefer to be the voice of Snake?
今回のメタルギアソリッド5っていうのはテーマ的に非常にこう、ダークなというかですね、ちょっと暗い話なんです。復讐がテーマなので、今までみたいにスネークはなんていうんですか、その饒舌に語らない。で表情と声質で、感情を表すっていう、そういうのを目指しています。でゲームの表現力が高まってホックスエンジンも作ったので本当であれば、キャラクターを、声と、動きと表情を同じアクターさん俳優さんでやろうとしてたんですけどもちょっといろいろ事情があって、それは叶わなかったんですけどもそういうプロセスをやるということでまず、最初のファーストステップとして、同じ俳優さんで表情と声を取るボイスオーバーを取るっていうことを、今回しようとしててですねでそこで、その、声と表情をできるっていうその、スネークさんが、49歳になりますけどもその言葉ではなくて自分の感情を表情と声質で表せるような人を探してたんですけども、友人でありますプロデューサーのアビアラットさんに相談したらキーファー・サザーランドさんを紹介していただいてキーファーならいいということでそれで、今回オファーをしました。
Now, I'm sure some of the fans will wonder if Snake is he going to look like the Snake we know, or is he going to look like Kiefer Sutherland?
本当は声と表情と、動きですよね。これを一つの俳優でやりたいんですよね。で今回できなかったんですけどそれをやるということは実際のその元の顔を 3D キャプチャーしてその人の顔と声と表情と動きをその4つをキャラクターにするのが一番いいんですけどもスネークっていうのはやっぱり25年前からある程度イメージがありますから今回に関しては僕らが作った CG のモデリングに実在する俳優さんのスキンを5、6人のものをブレンドして作ってますので顔自体はキーファーさんの顔では今回はないです。どうしてもその究極のフォトリアルっていう世界を作ろうとするとですね最終的には、ゼロから僕らが作ったキャラクターではやっぱりこのリアリティが出ないと思うので実在する俳優さんのその40何年間の年輪みたいなのが全身顔にも出てますから最終的には、ライブアクションの映画みたいに、 実在する俳優さんにスネークを演じてもらうことになるかもしれませんけど、今回はそこまでまだいけてないです。
Tell me about, working with him the first time you met him, because it used to be a trend many years ago of big-name Hollywood actors doing games, and we've seen a little bit less of that lately. When you first met him, did you have to convince him? Was he excited about it? Tell me where his mind was at.
そのアビさんが間に入ってもらったのもありますし、彼は言ってましたけど、キーファーはメタルギアをやったことはないみたいですけども、息子さんがやられてて、それでメタルギアを知ってたので、非常に話を早くしました。
You said that he, a lot of him is in this role. Have you worked with, is he giving input on the script and the story, or how much does he know? Or tell me a bit about how you're collaborating with him on this game.
そうで、まだ言えることとすればですね、今の時点ではそのカイル・クーパーさんにタイトルだけではなくて別の部分もやってもらってるんで、これ非常に期待していただけると思いますけども、具体的にはまだ言えないですけど。
Are you going to have other Hollywood actors in this game as well, or mostly just Kiefer and then regular voice actors?
5ってことですかね。それはないですけど、次回ではもっと大掛かりになりたいと思ってます。今回かなわなかったんですけども、本来ならばもうパフォーマンスキャプチャーをしてですね、アクターさんの 3D キャプチャーをして、その人に声と表情と動きをやってもらうっていう、それをやりたかったんですけど、今回できなかったので、次はそれをやるとすれば、ハリウッドのアクターさんをキャスティングして、それで撮る方が効率もいいですし、深みも出るので、それはやりたいと思ってます。なので今までみたいに僕らが作ったキャラクターで僕らが手で作った動きに、ボイスオーバーをするっていうようなことではないと思います。これからのゲーム作りっていうのは表現力が低かった頃っていうのは、例えばスネークがジェフ大丈夫か、ジェフのことを心配しているシーンでジェフ大丈夫かっていう声をテキストを入れないと分からなかったんです。そんな表情もなかったので、顔もなかったので、最初の。で今はですね、Are you OK? なくてジェフっていう時の声のトーンと動きと、こういう動きとか、顔の表情だけで気持ちが伝えられるぐらいの、技術があるので、それを使うにはやっぱりそういう、演技っていうか深みのある演技ができる人の声と表情と動きと顔をそのまま作り込む方が、よりいいものができるので、そちらを今後やってみたいと思います。
I think a lot of fans are probably wondering now, what is the state of the game? Because you've made this announcement today, but we're not seeing any new pieces of the game. How is development going on Metal Gear Solid 5?
順調に遅れてるというかですね、遅れてるんじゃないですか、予定通りに進めてますけど、非常に、大きなゲームなんで、作る量も尋常じゃないので、非常に今苦戦はしてますけど、まだ楽な時期には入ってません。これから、頑張って作っていきたいと思ってます。
Now you've talked previously about Ground Zeroes, Metal Gear Solid 5. Is Kiefer going to be in all parts, like Ground Zeroes and everything?
Yes. グラウンドゼロも、メタルギアソリッド5、ファントムペインもキーパーに出ていただいてます。
Wow, well, that's very exciting. Now, obviously, there's been lots of talk about PlayStation 4. The new Xbox just got announced. People wondering sort of when we're going to hear about what platforms it's coming out and everything. Can you tell us anything about that?
ここはちょっとまだ言えないです。E3 で発表しますので、この後すぐ、E3 あると思うので、そこで、皆さんにリリースはしたいと思います。
Okay, so you will be at E3, and we're only a couple days away. So next week, hopefully, we'll get some news.
そうですね。はい。E3 で皆さんお会いしましょうとは言えませんけど、ご期待ください。
I personally didn't and still don't think that Kojima's explanation regarding his decision to recast David Hayter with Kiefer Sutherland was unreasonable. With facial and body capture now coming into play, I understand the importance of hiring a more seasoned actor who can deliver a more subtle performance. No matter how much you love David, there's just no denying that Kiefer is a more seasoned actor, whereas David's main job is screenplay writer. Not to say that David hasn't delivered awesome performances, but Kiefer is definitely a more seasoned actor who can deliver a subtler performance both on the voice and facial front. At the same time, I didn't think and still don't think that David's recasting was handled properly. The way he was let go still doesn't sit well with me, but with the years, David and many Metal Gear fans have come to accept that it is what it is and that life moves on. But I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe we'll still get a last-minute performance from David towards the end of Phantom Pain as Solid Snake. Fingers crossed. One more thing about the interview is that Kojima confirmed Kiefer would be in both Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain. This was an important revelation because after GDC 2013, people theorized that Ground Zeroes' Snake would be played by David, while Phantom Pain Snake would be played by Kiefer. Keep in mind that at this point in time, we had only heard Akio Otsuka's performance through Ground Zeroes and Kiefer's performance through Phantom Pain. So the theory was that Ground Zeroes Snake would be played by the original actors both in America and Japan, while Phantom Pain would recast. But Kojima's statement in the interview disproved this theory, as would English footage of Ground Zeroes that would release later in the year.
Kept you waiting, huh?
And with that, I would like to end Day 10 of the Metal Gear Solid 5 Countdown Retrospective. Thank you for tuning in. Let us know in the comments below your thoughts on Kojima's explanation of recasting David for Kiefer, and to be further updated on the MGS5 Countdown Retrospective, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.